pledge allegiance to the
flag
flag of the
of
United
the
States
States
of
of
America
America
and
and to the republic for which it stands
one
one
nation
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
with liberty
liberty
and justice for all.
Thank you. May I have a motion at this time to accept the agenda as printed with an addition of 4.8, the contribution coming from the superintendent on HB1 at this time. In addition, 4.8. May I have a motion to accept the agenda?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to accept the agenda with the additional items 4.8 for HB1 visa donation receipt.
May I have a second, please?
Madam Chair, I second the motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed to accept the agenda with the addition 4.8. We move on to 2.3. I'd like a motion for the to approve the minutes of June 6th, the special call meeting, June 27th, 2022, the regular session at this time. May I have a motion for approval, please?
Madam Chair, if I'm in order, I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the June 6th special call meeting and the June 27th business meeting.
May I have a second, please?
I second the motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed to accept the minutes for June 6th and June 27th, 2022. Is there any public input at this time?
No public input.
Thank you, Ms. Parker. We'll move on to high student achievement, and we will have a report from our child nutrition supervisor, Mrs. Judah Holland.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, and Mrs. Ward.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
I bring to you some pricing recommendations for the coming school year. I know we briefly spoke about this at last month's meeting, and I put together a little bit of data you should have in your information. What you see here is the cost, and this is just a sampling of some of the items. You know, I didn't do every single item that we offer, but these are some of the sampling of some of the items that we offer in our child nutrition program. I gave you our cost, and that's our cost, what we're paying for food costs, $21.22, and the price that we were charging for those items. And then I also put in the cost that we would be paying for our food costs for the school year 22-23. What you'll see here at 2 times cost and 2.5 times cost, this is what our business and finance consultant with Child Nutrition with DPI suggested that we do our pricing. To take our food cost and either charge 2 times that food cost or 2.5 times that food cost in order to recoup the cost of labor, supplies, in addition to food costs. So that's what you'll see here. 2 times, 2.5 times, and then the recommended pricing. Now, I just want to make sure you're aware our student meals are still be at no charge to the student. They'll still get a reimbursable meal for breakfast and lunch. These are just for a la carte sales for adults, visitors, and if children wanted to purchase seconds or additional items.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mrs. Holland? Okay, do you have any additions?
No, ma'am, that was all. I just want to make you aware. The lunch entree, we were going to just suggest to keep it at $175, just to keep it from being kind of a sticker shock, because It looked like it should be a little bit higher, but this year I would suggest just to bump it up just 50 cents.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you.
All right. Do you need an approval for this, Ms. Albert? May I have a motion to approve the Hereford County Public School Public Nutrition, pricing guide?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the child nutrition price recommendations as presented by administration.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed and the child nutrition price recommendations have been approved. Thank you, Ms. Hawkins. We move on to our quality professionals, resignations, retirements, transfers, Ms. Sherry.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, and Ms. Ward. You have before you item 4.1, resignations, retirements, and transfers for your information.
Are there any questions concerning the recommendations, retirements, and transfers? Okay, Ms. Sherry.
And we have item 4.2, recommendations. We have Shatondra Williams being recommended for EC teacher at Hereford County Middle School. Ms. Atasha McIntosh Badell being recommended for elementary teacher at Ahoskie Elementary School. We have Bashila Smith being recommended for assistant principal at Hereford County Middle School. And we have Dr. Janine Robertson being recommended for Director of Curriculum and Instruction at Central Office. We have Ron Watford being recommended for interim custodian at Hereford County High School. We have Ryan Harris being recommended for technology technician at Central Office. And we have Louis Domino being recommended for technology technician at the Central Office.
Are there any questions? May I have a motion to approve the recommendations for certified classified from administration?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the certified and classified recommendations coming from administration.
May I have a second, please?
Madam Chair, I second that motion.
All in favor, state aye. All
Aye.
opposed? Motion has passed to approve the recommendations by administration. I'll move on to 4.3, Ms. Sherry, additional employment.
For item 4.3, additional employment, you have the information before you for your consideration.
May I have a motion at this time to approve the additional employment as recommended by administration?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the additional employment coming to us from administration.
Thank you. May I have a second, please?
I second.
All in favor, state aye.
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 All opposed? Motion has passed to approve the additional employment that was recommended by administration. Mrs. Cherry, 4.4, substitutes.
Okay, item 4.4, substitutes, you have the list before you for your consideration.
Are there any questions? May I have a motion to approve the substitute list recommended by administration at this time?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the substitute list as presented by administration.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The substitute list is recommended by administration has been approved. Thank you. Mrs. Cherry, move on now. 4.5 annual contracts.
Item 4.5, annual contracts, you have the list of employees being recommended for contracts as well as their contract term length for your consideration.
Are there questions? May I have a motion at this time to approve 4.5 annual contracts as recommended by administration?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the annual contracts as presented by administration.
May I have a second, please?
Madam Chair, I second that.
All in favor, state aye.
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 All opposed? 4.5 annual contracts as recommended by administration has been approved. Mrs. Cherry, we'll move on our updated SY 22-23 proposal.
Madam Chair, members of the board, and Ms. Ward, you have before you a proposal for your consideration. It is being recommended that Hereford County Schools contract Elevate K-12 to provide curriculum instruction at CS Brown for English and possibly Spanish for the 22-23 school year.
Are there any questions? May I have a motion at this time to approve the updated 22-23 proposal, and this would include the contract for CS Brown, the Elevate K-12 with an English teacher or Spanish. May I have a motion at this time?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the Elevate K-12 proposal as presented by administration for CS Brown.
May I have a second, please?
Second that motion, Madam Chair.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed to approve the contract to Elevate K-12 and Hereford County Public Schools for CS Brown. Thank you. We move on, Ms. Cherry, tailored education. MOU.
Madam Chair, members of the board, you have and Ms. Ward, you have before you the MOU with Tailored Education. It is being recommended that we contract with Tailored Education to provide us instructional coaching services for our beginning teachers. It is recommended that this group be allowed to work one-on-one, provide one-on-one coaching and support and professional development for our 14 of our beginning teachers for the 22-23 school year.
Are there any questions or concerns? May I have a motion at this time to contract Tailored Education MOU for their services for 22-23 school year?
Madam Chair, I make a recommendation that we approve the MOU for Tailored Education as presented by administration.
Madam Chair, second.
Thank you. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed to approve contract with MOU for 22-23 school year. We have added 4.8 at this time.
Chair Porter, board members, I I recommend to you that Hertford County Public Schools accept contributions in the amount of $6,920 that have been received to support sponsorships of H-1B visas for our Bearfield primary elementary teachers or other visa application processing fees that are necessary.
Are there questions or concerns? May I have a motion at this time to approve the contributions of $6,920 for the HB1 visas at Hosky Elementary School, Bearfield Elementary,
So moved.
primary, I'm sorry.
So moved, Madam Chair.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Need a second.
May I have a second, please?
Second that motion, Madam Chair.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed for 4.8 to accept and approve the contributions of the four HB1 visas. Is there anything else we have from you, Ms. Chairman?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to 5.1, policy revisions. This will be our first reading for policies 4334, 5035, 7345, 5240, and 6220. Mrs. Ward.
Chair Porter and board members, it is our recommendation due to the nature of these changes that only a first reading would be necessary. So we are requesting approval of these policies at first reading.
Are there any questions concerning the policies?
No question.
Yes, sir.
No question.
Oh, okay. May I have a motion to approve policies 4334, 5035, 7345, 5240, 6220 for first reading approval?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the first reading of the policy revisions as noted.
May I have a second, please?
Second that motion.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed for policies that were recommended by administration for their first reading in 5.1. Now we'll move on again, Ms. Ward, 5.2. These are quite a few board policy revisions, but it's also the first reading. Ms. Ward?
Yes, ma'am. Chair Porter and board members, we've provided for you a list of policies that are currently being reviewed by administrators and administrative district office positions, as well as yourself. We would like to propose these policies for a first reading to be brought back per board policy for approval at the next regularly scheduled board meeting.
Are there any questions or concerns concerning any of these policies? With that, may I have a motion for approval for those policies listed 5.2 as first reading, but will be brought back at a later date for board approval? Those in 5.2 recommended by administration, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved, Madam Chair.
May I have a second?
Second, Madam Chair.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It has board policy revisions listed in 5.2, first reading. with the understanding it will be brought back, at a later date. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion has passed. Now we're with our superintendent's report at this time.
Chair Porter, board members, parents, and community stakeholders. We do send our love, condolences, and prayers to the following families for the loss of their loved ones. We have great sorrow from the Hertford County Public Schools for the loss of one of our own students, Octavius Taquan Cooper. Octavius was a junior at Hertford County High School and departed this life at 16 years old on Friday, July the 15th, 2022, in a boating accident. The district was gifted with his presence as a bright, shining star. Octavius was affectionately called Quan and was a student with a cheerful spirit, well liked by his peers, and very outgoing. Octavius was ranked in the top 10 students of the class of 2023-24. He was a Soul Sonic Force Band drum major, a track and wrestling athlete, and he also participated in my brother's keeper club. He was definitely an all-round student, and his homegoing service was held this past Saturday, beginning at 11 a.m. at the Nebo Baptist Church. We are also saddened that Bearfield Primary School Secretary Andrea Gatlin's husband, Tony Gatlin, passed on Thursday, July the 7th, 2022. He was the father of our band director, Travis Gatling, and our Hertford County High School bookkeeper, Tamika Johnson. A private memorial was held on Thursday, July the 14th. Please keep Gatlin family in your thoughts and prayers. And also, we are sending our thoughts and prayers to our Hertford County Public School former superintendent, Dr. William T. Wright Jr., for the loss of his mother-in-law on Thursday night, July the 21st. Please keep the Wright family in your thoughts and prayers. There will be further information coming on this service. We also want to make sure you know that we are having a farewell floating reception for Ms. Whitney Hall on Thursday, July the 28th for 4 to 5 p.m. Ms. Hall is our administrative assistant to the Board of Education and superintendent. Upcoming events. On August 1st, there will be a bus orientation for early college high school bus drivers at 9 a.m. On August 4th, our early college high school students' first day. Also, August 4th, we will have substitute training in Winton, North Carolina at the Board of Education at 9, 11, and 2. August 8th through the 12th, we have new teacher orientation at the Hosky Elementary Cafeteria beginning at 8:30 a.m. August 10th and 11th, we have the Hertford County Public School Leadership Retreat, which will be held at Hertford County High School. August the 15th, traditional school calendar teachers return. And August 26th, we have the Hertford County Public School Convocation, and our traditional students return on August 29th. Also, for our early college, we have our teachers returning to the early college on July the 28th, and our students will be returning on August 4th, I believe it's that day. Also, for open house orientations, July 26th and 27th is our early college high school open house for grades 10 through 13. Pick up your schedule, textbook, and Chromebooks. Also on August 1st, early college high school will be having a required freshman orientation. August 24th, Hertford County High School will be having a floating orientation. August 25th, Riverview Elementary, Hertford County Middle School, Bearfield Primary School, and Ahoskie Elementary School will be all having open house floating orientations. And all of that information regarding the open houses and orientations can be found on our upcoming events calendar on the district homepage of our website.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Now may I have comments from our board, Mr. Reverend James Sharon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to say that we send condolences to the Octavius Cooper family. Our thoughts and our prayers are with them, to the Tony Gatlin family. They are members of my church, and certainly we have shared with them our condolences and continue to pray for them. I just found out about Dr. Wright losing his mother-in-law, and certainly our prayers and thoughts go out to the Wright family. To all of those that are going through right now, we continue to encourage you and just tell you to look up. Stay strong. Farewell to Miss Hall. Miss Hall, I was sad to see you leaving. You've been my backbone. Since I've been here, you have really helped me out. And I was really sad to see that you were leaving us. But we wish you well. To all of us, let's continue to stay safe. COVID is not over. Matter of fact, I'm a recipient of the virus myself. I tested positive, and I'm wearing the mask, and I was doing the everything that they had recommended with the sanitizing and all. But I still got it. So let's stay safe. Let's continue to wear our mask, and the numbers are going back up. And so we just encourage everybody to stay safe and continue to have a good summer and be safe. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Reverend Sharon. Mr. Eddie Hall?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Certainly our condolences to the Gatlin and Johnson family for the loss of Mr. Tony Gatlin. And certainly our condolences continue to Octavius Cooper's family and extended to Dr. Wright's family at this time. It's almost that time again. Early college is about to be the first to start the new school year. So we're excited about starting a new school year. Can't believe we're already back saying that. Just want to thank all of our employees. I continue to thank you for all the hard work that you continue to do. Though we're in a transition, we are confident that we're going to have a great start to our next school year. Also like to welcome all of our new employees, including our new Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Michelle White. We welcome you as well. And to Ms. Ward, we look forward to starting the school year off better. And we look forward to all the great things that our employees will continue to do for the students of our district. And thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Wendell Hall, we'll save him for last, also with the State Board highlights. Mr. Hall.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good afternoon to all. I ditto all the comments my fellow board members have made concerning the passing of loved ones of our school staff. Our heart and our condolences go out to all. I do say also that, yes, we'll be opening school. School will be open by the time we gather again in an official board meeting with early college opening first. But with that being said, I thank all who's a part of this family for your continued support and your working in Hereford County Public Schools. I still believe that we are a star shining in northeastern North Carolina. It's not dim, but it's a bright star, and we will get there together sooner than we expect. There's no doubt about it. Now I will share with you some state board action that happened last month. Of course, the state board will meet next week, the 3rd and the 4th. Wednesday, the state board will meet at 10 o'clock for committee assignments, and on Thursday at 9 o'clock for action by the state board on different items. I do want to let you all know who is online and present today that the Leandro case is not dead. It is still moving through the courts. It's moving slowly, but Leandro, that guarantees that every child in the state of North Carolina receiving appropriate education. We are asking the state board again, is asking the courts to encourage the state to pay up $475 million that is shown to be owed to the public schools in the state of North Carolina to help educate each and every child, as the state constitution requires it to be done. Let it be known that the State Board of Education, along with the Northampton County Public Schools, is seeking a superintendent for 3 years as an interim superintendent of schools. As you well know, the state has intervened in action in Northampton County, and the present interim superintendent is leaving in November. So we are advertising now for a superintendent for Northampton County Schools as an interim superintendent for 3 years. This may or may not be important to all, I think it is, but a memorandum of understanding, MOU, between the State Board of Education and the North Carolina High School Athletic Association became effective July 1. As you well know, there was legislation that required the State Board to become more active in how student athletes perform, act, and the athletic program for all 400 plus high schools. I would encourage all to go in and look at the different ways now that the North Carolina High School Athletic Association has to operate under the guidance of the State Board of Education. Madam Superintendent, our AD at the high school should have knowledge of this, and our coaches should be aware of action taken by the State Board of Education. We also, the State Board approved 5 hearing officers who will hear appeals from any of our member schools really on hardship cases. There's a new formula that's to be used as far as the accounting for gate receipts and how it will be distributed, but things are a little bit different now. Do know that last month the State Board did approve the 21st Century Learning Centers for 29 applicants. We used to have one. I don't know what happened, Madam Chair, when we no longer, we had one of those centers over at the old Ahoskie Elementary site at one point in time. As you well know, this is after school efforts and remediation. There will be a new period of time to where we will be offering the State Board for any other districts to apply for these grants, anywhere between $50,000 and I think it's $250,000 per grant. The State Board also looking at licensure manual has been revised to some degree, especially around the issue of adding teaching areas to a license. Ms. Chair, I see nodding her head, so I'm sure she's heard about it. It clearly defines what a clear license is and is not. We cannot add, the State Board will not approve, nor has it been approved, to add administration as one of those areas in the teaching field. That cannot be added. It would have to go through a college and university prep program. The State Board accepted new cut scores on the praxis test. Some of the cut scores have been lowered. Now that does not mean that the validity of the score is in question. It was lowered by the vendor, which is the praxis, because of the number of items that's been added, plus the difficulty of the level of these items or questions. Example, biology now is 154. That is the cut score for praxis. School psychologist is 155. Science and comprehensive is 141. Is an example of some test scores that the State Board has approved with the recommendation coming from the vendors. We also know that the State Board approved 7 new charter schools who's ready to open. They call it RTO. And they will be opening this school year. Those charter schools are located in Cadwell, Johnson, Mecklenburg, Wake, Franklin, and Lee County. Every month we receive more and more of the requests to apply to open charter schools, and every time we meet, it is a part of life as we know it today. Remember, charter schools are public funded institutions. just like public schools are. The General Assembly in the short session did meet, did approve additional funding, around $29 billion statewide in education. That includes universities, colleges, and the 116 school districts in the state. I think, Mrs. Superintendent Ward, are we not close to ending our training for letters at this point in time?
Correct. We've got our schedule put together that teachers will begin in August.
Thank you. This is our last year statewide as we prepare for the science teaching of reading from a scientific level of instruction, and letters is that particular program that is helping us to design and implement teaching strategies to increase the reading proficiency of every child in grades 1 through 12. In the science of reading, it talks about summer camps. It talks about the definition, and this is something that has come up. What is the definition on twice retained? Twice retained within grade 3 through 5. That will help us identify these students who need additional help in order to become proficient through transitional programs, through regular classroom instruction, that they will be ready for instruction at the 5th grade level, well, ready for class at the 5th grade level. The area of proficiency versus growth, there's been a lot of discussion about that. Right now it's 80-20. Proficiency is 80%, growth is 20%. We are asking for the General Assembly to look at that and try to equalize that 80-20%. Because some kids grow, even though they don't obtain the level of proficiency at the time of the testing that occurs. So that's important to understand. We also know that our test scores and data from this year is being processed at the state level, and we will know more about where schools fail in the area of reading proficiency and in math. With that being said, Madam Chair, I thank you for the opportunity to share. I will probably have more once we go through what the General Assembly passed and what they didn't pass, but what the General Assembly is expecting as a growth of increasing the funding for public education in the state of North Carolina. Do remember that we're still having some issues with the mental issues with some of our children in the classroom, in the streets, in the corners, that's coming alive once the kid enters our public school system. The General Assembly did increase funding in the area of security. So we'll be looking at those items. We will be trying to determine where, how, and when this will occur. But it is an exciting time in public education. And let me end by saying this. If you know of anybody who is wandering around and not knowing what they want to do in life, there's no better job than being an educator. To touch another person, a child, even as a tutor, as a full-time teacher, as a supporter of public education, we ask and seek your support in this very, very vital area. We must have an educated populace if we ever want to survive. And with that being said, thank you so much, Madam Chair. Thank you, board members, for allowing me to speak. And hopefully we'll have some more news next month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hall, for keeping us updated at what's going on with the state board. And I continue to say that we're very fortunate to have Mr. Hall on our local board to share such important information. So thank you so much. I would also like to extend, my sympathy and sorrows and prayers to the Gatlin family and the Cooper family. I did attend Octavius' funeral on Saturday. I watched him grow up, entering the building at Riverview as a small child, and then watched him again as he went from one level of schools to another. He was a very gifted child, and my thoughts and prayers are with his family, and such a loss. But also with the Gatlin family, and I thought about Mr. Travis Gatlin and the loss of his father. I extend my prayers to them also. And I was watching Mr. Travis Gatlin at the funeral on Saturday, and feeling for him because he had taken a loss, with his parent and then with the student also. So just thinking about him, and we'll continue to pray for both families during this time. Dr. Wright's mother-in-law, this is a surprise, and my prayers and thoughts go out to his wife and her family, her father, and the remaining members of her family, and for Dr. Wright at this time. Like to welcome Dr. Michelle White as our Assistant Superintendent. At this time, we met with her on a couple of occasions, and she seems to be very positive, moving forward, understanding our data-driven, very much so, and she's looking forward to working with our system. To our staff, faculty, and community. In life, there are always transitions with adults as well as students. And we have to move on with those transitions. Stay calm. We are working on filling positions. We have been in this place before. For those of you that have been with us for years, we have had losses of administrators, superintendents, teachers moving, but we have withstood, and we will do that also at this time. We have no other choice. You have to stop, stay focused, appreciate those that have served and worked with us. But we as adults, we know that our system will be okay, because we have found, as we have this morning with recommendations from our superintendent, Ms. Cherry, we have found new people, very qualified, to come in and help our district out in the future. As I said, we appreciate those that have served and those that have left us. But we are focused, and we are continuing to find daily qualified people to step in the place of those people that have left, and we will continue to move on. Trust us. And trust yourselves and your staff, faculty and staff. Our principals, you know who you have working with you. You know they can do the job. And they, along with people from central office, will be there to assist and mentor anyone in this county that needs help. We appreciate everything that you are doing at this time. We hope that you have enjoyed your summer, but trust Hertford County Public School System. We have been through difficulties in the past, but we will also withstand, and we will approve and submit qualified people in the positions that we need to. So let's just stay calm. We'll look for a very positive there. And we do have quite a bit going on, and Mrs. Ward is supplying us with a great deal of information, and we're constantly meeting with her, Ms. Jerry, Finance, and we are okay. We are in a good place. Yes, we did have openings, but we're constantly closing them, and they look much better on today. So we thank you for your support. We want you to know we'll support you. If you need assistance, you let us know. But Hertford County will be fine. We just need to take the time, stay focused on what we need to do as we have done in the past. And we will have a positive school year. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer. We're gonna have a call meeting on August the 11th at 10 o'clock, our board. Our next regular scheduled meeting is on August 22nd. And we will let you know we'll be going back to our evening sessions, or we'll continue with the morning. At this time, I would like to have a motion to close.
So moved, Madam Chair.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, our meeting is officially adjourned at this point. Thank you, have a good summer, the remaining of it.